What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and my girl, Coach Jessie, is here with me today.
Hello.
And you have a treat for me because Melani Sanders is here, and she is the founder of the We Do Not Care movement. And you also have what's about to be a New York Times bestselling book.
Let's claim it. Let's claim it.
The We Do Not Care handbook. So, you know, it is a new year, 2026. And a lot of times in the beginning of the year, that's when we're setting our intentions. We're gung-ho on what we're going to do for the year. Today, we're talking about something different, though. We're talking about unresolutions.
That's right.
Yeah, because instead of trying to fix yourself, just be like, here I am. And there's so much comfort in being able to do that. Today's conversation is meaningful. So joining us today, like I said, we have Melani Sanders. She is a viral content creator, People Magazine's 2025 Creator of the Year, and also the founder of the We Do Not Care Club. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Angela.
I love this. I feel like your story is amazing to me, just even how you organically came up with this We Do Not Care Club. So just for our audience, if you could just share how that even happened.
Yes, this was on a day in May. I would say May 13th. I was sitting in the parking lot of Whole Foods, and I looked in my rearview mirror, and I just realized I was putting so much pressure on myself about so many different things. And, you know, it's like a top that's about to explode. And I said, Melani, you just simply do not care much anymore. And I decided to, because I am a content creator, let me hit record and see, does anyone want to start a club with me called the We Do Not Care Club. And overwhelmingly, I would say within 20 minutes of me getting home, it was viral across all platforms.
That's an amazing club to join, by the way.
Yes.
Because I feel like a lot of times we're trying so hard to be perfect, right? We're trying to act like we can balance it all, do it all. I know for myself, sometimes I'm just like, whew, I'm going to be honest. I just don't care. And people may have things to say about that. Oh, so you're just not going to do X, Y, and Z. Why do you have that? And at some point, it is great to be able to say,
we do not care. We do not care. We have to. It's so necessary. The pressure. And when you really just stop and think about it, like, why am I putting pressure on myself to look a certain way, to walk a certain way, to talk a certain way, to be a certain way for this person, for that person? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So
now this is also a guide for women in perimenopause, menopause, and beyond who are over it. That's on the title, a hot mess guide.
Hot mess. This is a hot mess.
The hot mess handbook.
The hot emphasis on the hot
And
mess.
Coach Jessie, we have these conversations
All the time,
about perimenopause and menopause and everything beyond that. So can you just also break down these hormonal shifts that happen?
Yeah, Melani, thank you so much for just being you, girl. You know, I'm your bestie already. I love you so much.
Yes.
I just even love just how you said it, just so deadpan,
It is what it is. You know, it is.
It's
what it
real. Is. It's real. And we were just talking about how, so it's three, and I was just listening to your book and how it's really 3 different seasons. It's perimenopause is the period of time leading up to menopause, and menopause is not having your cycle for that literally for a year, right? And then the day after that is considered post-menopause, which is crazy, right? But the point is the symptoms literally can continue the entire time. So it's everything from, and it's triggered by the fact that your estrogen completely, literally starts to decline drastically, and your body now goes through all these hormone shifts, right? And we talked about how there are things like deficiencies and that trigger imbalances and mimic the actual symptoms where women are suffering, and it's even worse, right? I'm sure you saw that thing that went meme with the woman whose head was literally flaming. Tracy,
that.
I think is her name.
Oh my goodness!
And it was real, and it was so viral because it was such a visual explanation of what we see and feel is going on in our bodies, right? So, what I love about what you're doing is saying, women are like, you know what? I am tired of acting like I need to be ashamed of who I am. Like that this is something that these are character flaws. Like this is something wrong with me. Like I'm crazy. Because you literally feel crazy.
Yeah.
From the brain fog to I was telling her, when I went into menopause, how I felt like oh my God, like I'm on fire.
Yes.
Literally, right? So when you started, your journey, Melanie, like did, leading up to that, take us to what led up to that. You know what? I don't care. Like, what were the symptoms you were feeling that led you up to there?
I had an hysterectomy some months previous, and my body changed dramatically, and I did not know with the hysterectomy came perimenopause. And on top of that, I had an IUD, and I've had it for 16 years, of course, replacing it when needed. All of these hormones are taken out. So you take my uterus, my cervix, and the IUD, and all of these things.
It created a major crisis.
Yes.
But did they take your ovaries, or did
I have one ovary, and we kept that one that was there.
So you like me. So we had that similar where we both had the hysterectomy, and they left the ovaries. So we should not have entered into that.
Yeah.
But because of all the different crises that were going on in the body.
But in this, I learned in a lot of this is just becoming more and more apparent to me. Like as far as what dismissal looks like. Longer story shorter, it's in the book. We can read the book with this one. But just going to a hormonal specialist and being told that my labs were normal.
Yeah.
But I'm looking, and it's like, wait, you took away my IUD, and I have one ovary. I'm 44, 45. Like what? Yeah. So what if my labs are normal? They normal today?
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm normal today. But
and
tomorrow,
I'm telling you.
It changed, right?
Yeah.
From day to day,
I'm
from hour to
telling you,
hour.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Right.
Who am I from day? I don't know who I'm going to be tomorrow. So to base this stuff just, directly off of labs.
No.
And you know who else doesn't know who you're going to be tomorrow? Your husband, who's here with you. Big O.
Big O.
Big O.
Big O.
Shout out to Big O.
Yes.
He actually has his own section in the book where he talks about his experience, because it is something that affects not just you, but it also affects people around you, including your husband. So talk to me about what that journey has been like for him, also having to make some adjustments and understanding.
Yes, it's deciding to get my hysterectomy. I was very, very nervous because many say it takes away your sex drive and all of that. And it's like, Lord, I want to give him some.
And you were 44.
Yeah.
Like,
but
give him some.
Yeah, I do. But like, what does it look like?
I want to have the big O.
Yeah. I gotta do me.
Angela,
okay.
only you.
Yeah, no, I gotta have that big O too. So it's like 2 big O's, right? But I was scared I wasn't gonna get that big O anymore, and so I fought a hysterectomy for a while, and so that was a turning point, and I kind of talk about it in the book when we did have relations and that big O came.
Yeah.
I said, yes, ma'am. Yeah, he thought he had did something, which he did do something, but baby, I was so afraid that it was gone. I'm not cheering for you, I'm cheering for me.
Yeah.
I got me. You hear me? Amen. So that right there, yeah. But as far as the husband, like he's been so supportive in all of this. And it's not always like that. I get it.
Right.
And I've been asked a lot, what do you say to the husbands or to, whoever you're in a relationship with, child?
Right.
It's like, just read the room.
Yeah.
If I don't touch you, don't you touch me. Yeah, read the room.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Don't rub me the wrong
and
way.
sometimes maybe you just say, sorry. This is what comes with it.
This
isn't it. There's it's a sexual opt-out thingy in the back. It's a form, and
permission slip.
Yes, yeah. So I gave some. Let's see. We can look at options that they can have when you want to opt
you can
out.
Have this instead.
Yeah, you can have this. You can go. What was it? I think one of them was go hump a tree. Whatever. You
get on your phone and go
Google
some things.
Go Google. Yeah, do you? Do you?
Do your thing.
Yeah, do your thing. I'm not.
But you do have the formal apology to innocent victim.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love that. Yeah. We have to. Baby, I'm sorry. That was somebody else yesterday. That was someone else.
But yes, here's the sexual opt-out notification. So I do not want to do the deed or anything close to that. The very idea makes me feel sick.
Yes.
So read erotica, watch porn, rub one out, have an affair with our hot neighbor. Nope.
No.
Don't try me.
Clean the garage is a good one. Okay, hump a tree, take a cold shower, call your mother. That will definitely kill any type of.
Yeah. That'll lower the pressure.
But,
Yeah.
you know.
Let me ask you something. So how did you, again, the hysterectomy, what was the reason? Why did you have to have a hysterectomy?
Fibroids.
So
Those fibroids.
again,
Those
Everything's
darn
tied in
fibroids.
this
together.
is so tied in. Like,
Yeah.
that was my 5th surgery for fibroids. And again, learning how many things we give up, we lose, and it changes the rest of our lives, right?
Yes.
So when did you finally find a doctor who was listening to you? Like, how did things shift where you started to see improvement?
I did go to 3 doctors before I decided to go ahead and have the hysterectomy. It was more of not like I just fell in love with a doctor, but I did get 3 different, what's the word? The brain fog is happening. What's the word? It's the R. What did 3 different? They all told me to do the same thing. It might not be an R,
you mean
child.
you're talking about
With the hysterectomy, to get the hysterectomy, but the
referrals?
first not referrals.
Recommendations.
It'll come.
Oh, okay.
This is what they recommended
Okay.
based off of what they saw. In mine, the fibroids were like really pressing down on my my. What is it?
Uterus?
My uterus, and I always feel like I had to use the restroom. It was
It was
very
pressed on your bladder.
my bladder, and but I did not want to get cut on. I did not want to be operated on.
I mean, it's scary.
It's very scary, and I had been through so many surgeries before. So by the time I went to the 3rd, I said, okay, we're just going to go ahead and get it done, but it's very scary, very scary.
Yeah, no question. So then after that, and the symptoms started within, you said, a few months, right? You started dealing with the perimenopause symptoms. And at that point, when you now are, you're saying being dismissed, like this is normal, how did you get to a provider? Did you finally get to a provider who said, you know what? No, this is not normal, and started to support you? Or is that now where you are on your journey?
Yeah, so after, I didn't know I was being dismissed because what happened, I ended up going to my primary doctor. I have an HMO, so you can't just go where you want to go when you want to go. My primary doctor said, okay, I want to give you a referral to your gynecologist. I go to the gynecologist. Well, it sounds like you're in perimenopause, and this was after, the hysterectomy, and we're going to refer you to our the hormone specialist. And I went to the hormone specialist, and all of my blood work was done. My general practitioner had seen all of my blood work already. We were prepped for this hormone specialist. I get in with the hormone specialist, and Big O and I are sitting there, and he says, well, all of your labs are normal.
Yeah.
But I didn't know because I wasn't educated on, like I didn't know, okay, good. I want to be normal, but why the hell am I crazy?
Right.
Why do I feel like
answer?
I'm losing my mind? And so he told me that the 2 options were to either get my blood work redrawn or to go back to my general practitioner because it could be some type of underlying condition. And I felt a certain way about it, but you know what? I wasn't feeling this. We got in the car and I started to cry. I just took the prescription to go and get my blood work redrawn, but that wasn't it for me. And Melanie's a fighter. Like, I'm going to figure out what's wrong with me. But
sometimes you need to cry for a minute.
Yes. But, I was just thinking, though, like, the way that I feel. Now, I have a supportive husband.
Right.
My kids are doing great. Like, life is good. And if I feel like this,
wow.
What about that woman?
Yeah.
What about that woman that was waiting for this appointment?
Yeah.
She was in that place.
Desperate for answers.
Desperate for something. Like, I cannot wait because when I go see this hormone specialist.
Like the wizard. You're going to see the wizard.
You're going to fix me. You're going to fix me. And it took time to get to that doctor. You can't just go, it's not a walk-in all the time, to get these things. So for me, that was, I really had to battle that. But I I was partnering with Midi Health, and it's so crazy because I decided to take the partnership with Midi Health because they took insurance in addition to, it's telehealth. So this can be very good for women, you
Absolutely.
have to, and that was why I took that, not thinking that I needed, because I got my own doctors, I got my hormone specialists, and they're gonna hook me up. But I in this time I just went over to Midi and I gave them the same labs, and they came back and they said, well, we want to start
certain
you
things.
Yeah, we want to start you on some estrogen. And I said, but my lab's normal. And it was more than that. So, and all of it is just to say you can't, if you don't feel good
You
about
know you.
you know you
Yeah.
know you, and don't stop. Don't
Yeah.
stop. Don't
Yeah.
stop.
I think that's the key answer, though,
Yeah.
is like, don't allow. Yeah, and this is a message we say all the time, is like, just because somebody says that they're normal and you don't feel it until
You know yourself
you
better
know.
than any. You know
know.
when something's wrong.
Yeah.
Now, what have been some of the stories that you've heard from other women who are part of this "We Do Not Care" movement? Because I have to imagine that you get a ton of people
Can you imagine the stories?
reaching out to
Yeah.
you and telling you their own. Are there any that stick out for you?
I think I have been studying this thing because I was a creator for years, had over 100,000 followers. And then once I did that video, I was getting hundreds of thousands of followers per day.
Wow.
And so for something like that to happen, like, it's not just like, oh, yay, this is happening. It's
Right.
like, what in the world is going on here? Like, what did I say? But what I've learned is the vulnerability, the transparency,
Yeah.
the just being real with myself. And so with women, it's like, when they say you give me permission to, to just be okay with not being okay,
Yeah.
and to say I just don't care like that anymore. Yeah, and mean it.
Yeah. Like, I am not putting on no makeup. I'm
Yeah.
putting on my sweats or my pajamas.
Yeah,
I literally was
Yeah, it's
in the supermarket in my pajamas.
yes.
And I tried to be low about it, but I was with Donnell Rawlings and he filmed
Oh,
me.
that's the day. Yeah, I saw
I
that.
had a coat on, but you
Yeah.
can see the jingle jammies underneath.
Yes, but that feeling, so I just don't care. Like, I just need to get to the
It's
grocery
so
store to grab
true.
what I need to grab. I'm not in it. My body's not there. My mind, something.
It's so liberating, though.
Very liberating.
And I think that that's the thing that really connected women all over the world. Literally, it's like, yes, you see me.
yes, and the sisterhood, and it crosses all.
Every line.
Every line,
Yeah.
and when I saw from Australia, a sister from
Yes,
Australia,
yes.
and somebody from Uganda, and somebody from, I'm like, y'all lying to me.
Yeah.
You are lying to me. Like, it's unreal.
Even
Yeah.
MAGA goes through perimenopause.
Listen. So I have taken into account what's going on, and I'm learning as I go. But the one thing that the message within the We Do Not Care Club is that, number one, you are not alone. You are not alone, and you are enough. Like, I'm this everyday woman who just pressed record because she was having a hot ass life.
Right.
And in that moment, I was enough. So, yeah.
I feel like we need like a series of We Do Not Care brunches where we all can come.
Yes.
And not care. And then if you don't feel like showing up, you don't even have to.
Right. And
you can zoom in.
There is no standards. Okay, we get it.
I can show up 2 hours late.
Yes, and hey, girl, we get it. She ain't there.
Where do you see this going? Like when you envision it, because the book is out. We're manifesting the New York Times bestsellers
That's right.
list. Because I've seen you on
We're
Drew
gonna
Barrymore.
that's
We've seen
right.
Sherry Shepherd. So where do you envision this?
I'm just taking my time, y'all. I really, it's funny because something I manifested once I accepted growing this way was
Wait a minute.
I wanted to have
Talk about that. Hold on. Once you accepted growing
yeah,
this.
like I had to accept it. Like, honestly, you just, last night when at my event, the first day, like, sold out, walking in, Sherry Shepherd, my moderator, Halle Berry promoting my book. Like, what in the world is here with Angela Yee? Like, what is going on here? But I'm slowly understanding my worth and my value within this. So, but I'm taking my time. But the one thing that I was thinking about was I would love to have something. I want to have some type of event where there are different rooms. Okay, so
Okay,
it's
let's
three
go.
different.
Let's go.
Okay. But
get this vision board done.
first of all, when you come in, you got a grocery bag. That's it. Okay, a Kroger bag, Walmart bag. Only thing you got in that bag is some clean underwear, panty liners, whatever you need. Keep yourself together. No makeup, no nothing, and some muumuus. Okay, just comfortable clothing. And you're walking through, and we'll have security. And security is postmenopause. They don't play. Okay, postmenopause. Nope. You will get no. So because it's just a bag. It's just a bag. Yeah, you could. Yeah. And in these 3 rooms, one room is going to be the rage room. That's where you go in there and you let it all out.
Girl.
It's just, you just cuss.
Can we go to that room
right
right now?
Everything. Yes, yes. But then we have the room where it's the quiet room, and it's, don't nobody say nothing. Everybody just be quiet. Don't say nothing. Shh, 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 shh. Like, I got to get it together. Don't talk to me. And then we're going to have, I can't cuss, right?
No, go ahead.
Oh, let that shit go.
Yes.
Let that shit go room. And that's what we wite everything on that wall that we're going to let go of and take the freaking pressure off.
I love it. I think that can
Girl,
happen.
2026, this is the birth of something that we're going to speak forth. All right? The We Do Not Care
let's put it out
retreat.
there. Yes, yes,
Let's
yes,
go.
yes, yes. Let's go.
That's going to be my response when somebody says something rude on social media. We do not care.
Yes. Y'all gonna have
do not
everybody
care.
jumping me. I ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. You
Listen.
started this mess.
Listen, you know, I talked to you about how, you know, we were in the green room, how this was so personal for me. I literally, remember how excited I told you, I was so excited when I said, Melanie's going to come.
She was like, we got to make sure it happens because she's only in town
Yes.
for this. And
I
she
was
has
like,
this
Dan,
going on.
listen.
This is a big deal. We got to make sure
Listen.
because listen, I stayed here. I got to go to Memphis. I was like, I'm
Yes.
leaving after.
Oh,
Trust me.
And
So I was
talking
like,
to you, it's just like in there, it was just like, this was meant to be. Like, I love your
Yes.
passion. I can feel it. And
Yes.
it's like, Lord, how can I be able to just be of some type of vessel to you? Like, I love it. I feel it.
the
I feel it.
alignment, let me tell you. So when I didn't even know about the alignment of our stories about the fibroids and the hysterectomy and then the menopause, the perimenopause and menopause. And, you know, one of the things I talked about when we were in the room was how I learned, oh my God, you know, I had 5 IVFs because, you know, the black box warning has been removed. I didn't want to talk about that here. And how now, you know, for years there was research that was saying that it was harmful, and that's why women were not being given hormone replacement therapy as a go-to treatment. And there were a lot of fears concerning hormone replacement therapy. And, you know, when Dr. Peggy was here with us last time, we talked about how, you know, even though that's been removed, for some women, it's actually not indicated because of their other risks, whether it's breast cancer risks, they can't do hormone treatments, right? And in my case, I had 5 IVF rounds. And, you know, I am grateful for what IVF brought into my life, but there's so much that's unknown in terms of how much that intensified hormone treatment implications of your increased cancer risk down the road, right? So I knew, I was like, I don't want to now put hormone replacement therapy on top of that in my journey. It doesn't mean that it's for everyone, right? And how, you know, that started me down the whole road of finding out, well, how was I going to reclaim my life? Because I needed that, you know what I mean?
Yes,
I was
yes,
like,
absolutely.
I couldn't live like that. And, you know, how it sparked the work that we're doing. It literally is what gave birth to the detox now and helping women. You know, for me, it was before, because I had already had a hysterectomy, so it wasn't fibroids. It was, you know, perimenopause. And then I learned, it's connected to fibroids. It's the same issues drive that. So... And that's when I started digging into the D3 deficiency and hormonal imbalance. And so I said, you know, like, how many women are not being told about these things? And I was asking Melanie, like, how did you, like, even learn about that? But the good thing is now she is being told about D3 therapy. Her doctor did put her on D3. We're going to make sure, we gave her ours to make sure now she has D3 plus K2 and she's taking enough.
My 12 drops.
And
Yep.
even hearing people having these conversations a lot more than they ever have. Honestly,
Yes.
like, you know, we talk about Halle Berry, Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah, she was like, you know that girl? She said, we do not care. That's where I am.
Yes,
I don't care.
yes,
You know,
yes.
but I love that this permission does open at the gateway of women. I think perimenopause and menopause is in a place where we're so over capacity that it pushes us into that we do not care. But you said it in the room, is that really it touches women and just actually you said in the book, womaning. Is it pushes you into we do not care. Just everything it takes to be a woman,
To
period.
be a woman, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And as we was speaking earlier, like, I think what the We Do Not Care Club, what I want it to really serve its purpose of doing is just kind of like breaking the ice a little bit. You know, just like we can dissect things a little bit more, but many of us are just so broken or, you know, silenced or, you know, all of the symptoms and stuff. Sometimes you can just really sound like a hypochondriac. You know, it's like, you know, but you know, you sitting there and it's like, I can't even tell them nothing. They're gonna think I'm lying at this point. You know, what's wrong today? But it's like, no, all
y'all
of this
hear the ringing? They're ringing?
Yes.
No, what? No, ear ringing. Like,
Yes,
seriously,
y'all
you walk
smell
into
that?
a room.
Yeah.
Y'all smell
Or,
that?
you know, not being able to go to sleep at night. That's
Yes.
another thing you talk about.
Yes.
Mind racing, can't sleep, just up all
Yes.
night.
Yes, but just being able to have those conversations and letting our sisters know, like, it's okay. Like, you are not alone in this.
Yeah.
And then we can venture off into, you know, like how what you're doing. I love that. I love that. So for me, I just think it's just breaking down the walls. You know, breaking down those walls just to say I do not care.
Right.
And then I'm gonna send my sisters like, here we go. You know, but we got to start there.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to start there.
Oh, I love what you are doing.
No, I'm so excited that we were able to make this
for this
happen.
New York
And
Times bestseller.
And thank you. This is
Yes.
for new and existing members. And like you said, this is part survival manual and part rallying cry. So we are rallying.
We are rallying, girl.
Yes, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Well, thank you.
Official. Wait, is the meeting over?
Opt out of sex contract.
Yeah, child. Yeah.
Is the
got
meeting over? Or are you gonna close out the meeting?
Well, what? Somebody else? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I closed it out. Yes, absolutely. This was good. This was good.
All right. Well, make sure you pick it up. We do not care. It is a hot mess guide for women in perimenopause, menopause, and beyond who are over it.
Yes, and it's on Audible. I started the audiobook, and it is in Melanie's voice. She's doing it
Which I
herself,
love.
which I
Oh,
love.
Just seeing your videos and you is amazing. It adds a whole
lot.
other layer.
Yes, a whole other layer. Yes, for sure.
So get the book, get the New York Times bestseller.
Yes.
Have your book club meetings. Not
It's
alone.
way up and we do not care.
That's right.
Yes. I love it.